Hey y'all, it's Heel Heat time.
Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and this is our NXT show for the week. Let's jump right into it. First off, we have a tag team battle royal for the number one contender for the Lucha Dragons Tag Team Championships. Winners of the match are the Vaudevillains. Comes down to the Vaudevillains and the Ascension. Ascension get distracted by Hideo Itami, who attacks them afterwards and they beat him down. Kind of thought it took a little bit away from the Vaudevillains win. Not so much a distraction for the win, but the aftermath, where it made it more about the Ascension Itami feud. But the good of it is, Itami's going to be bringing in a friend next week, and if you read the spoilers, it's going to be very interesting to see that guy in the NXT ring. Next up, we have Emma versus Carmella. Thought this was a good match. I don't think, with this being Carmella's second match in NXT, even though she's been doing the rounds on the live show circuit, I don't think that they should have fed her someone like Emma, who's on the main roster. She should have maybe built up to that level and to beat Emma. But hey, she went from last week an uncontracted wrestler and Leva Bates to a WWE superstar in Emma, so maybe they're trying to fast track Carmella and get her into the upper echelon. I like the character. I like the whole Jersey tough chick style she's got going on, or actually Staten Island tough chick kind of thing she's doing. But it's cool in my opinion. I think she's going to be a good character. Just a little bit weird that they're fast tracking her like that. Next up, we have a clash in styles. Justin Gabriel versus Bull Dempsey. I think this is one of Bull's first real tests to see what he could do in the ring with an established guy that we know is a good wrestler. I thought the match came off very well. It looked great for Bull to pick up the win. I think Justin Gabriel, this is a perfect way to use your guys that are teetering on the main roster in NXT, guys like Gabriel and Titus O'Neil, who they bring in. I think it's best to use them to put over the younger up-and-coming talent that they're building on NXT, and I think Justin Gabriel, this was a great example of how a WWE roster person could come down and help to build one of the NXT stars. Speaking of building NXT stars, we get Baron Corbin versus Tony Briggs. I thought it was extremely funny that the fans started counting as soon as the match started, and it didn't even get to 20 seconds before Corbin wins. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes from here once he gets into deeper waters. To quote a cliche, to see what he does in a 7, 8 minute, 10, 15, 20 minute match. But as for right now, he's more than holding his own in these quick squash matches. Next up, we have a battle of the Legionnaires. Former Legionnaire Sylvester Lefort versus Marcus Louis. I think the breakup's a little bit confusing because and I don't mean this as a knock on either guy, they can totally change my opinion of them. I don't think apart that they're as interesting as they are together. I don't think Lefort, he really doesn't have anything that sticks out as a must-see talent. He's good in the ring, he's not great. He's good on promos, he's not great. He's got a good look, it's not a great look. You see what I mean? And Louis, he's kind of been Lefort's lackey, and now he's got this weird overacting thing he's doing, so I don't know. I hope that both of them, go on to be great stars. I just think they may have been better served as a tag team, in my opinion, because there's a dearth of tag teams on the main roster, and adding a team, even if they're just cannon fodder at this point, would add to that division, in my opinion, and give them a long career. Finally, we get to the main event of the night, Sami Zayn versus Titus O'Neil in a rematch. Zayn picks up the win on his road to redemption, Afterwards, we see Tyler Breeze come out and basically challenge Sami Zayn for next week. So we're going to have an interesting main event the next week. Now, before I go into my ratings, the top prospects in NXT, which I do on every NXT episode, I want to talk a little bit about something on this. We had 6 matches in an hour show. That gives you, each match has less than 10 minutes of time because it's really like a 53-minute show, and that's not even including the little commercials and recaps they show. So let's say each match had roughly 8 minutes. I don't think this format's what's best for NXT. I really think we need to get the guys in there having 10, 15-minute matches. You know, we had a lot of wrestlers on the show, but in short segments. I don't know. To me, I'm a fan. I think NXT's in its sweet spot when it's 3 to 4 matches in the hour, maybe an angle or two, or an interview or two, but that's my personal preference. Just think they crammed a lot into one show. Now, going off of that, we're going to go right into our top 5 prospects for the week. Number 5, Baron Corbin. Touched on it a little bit. He's been amazing. His presence is amazing. He's got the size, the look, the charisma. Let's see what he can do once he gets into the 8, 10, 15-minute matches like I just mentioned. It's something, if you watch the WWE Network Monday Night War about Goldberg, it's something that they mentioned when he came up in the now infamous William Regal match, that once he had to go longer, he couldn't do it because he wasn't prepared. Let's see what Corbin does. I think he'll be better prepared or better suited for that. So hopefully he's not a flash in the pan. Our number 4, Tyler Breeze. What can I say about Tyler that I haven't said already? I think he's kind of stuck in a holding pattern. I think there's a couple guys on the NXT roster that are stuck in a holding pattern that really should be on the main show but aren't. And it seems to be that the booking in NXT doesn't want to put them in anything specifically for that reason that they could be called up at any moment. I think Tyler is one of those guys. Number 3, Hideo Itami. I think it's going to be fun to see his feud with the Ascension become more of an even matchup. I think he's still got it. I think he's still one of the better talents in the ring. I think he's still one of the top tier of the developmental guys that they have there. Number 2, Adrian Neville, the world champion. Again, one of the great high flyers. I think, again, like Tyler Breeze, he's kind of stuck in a rut. Should probably be on the main show, but is still in NXT. Our number 1 guy, Sami Zayn. Just like I said with Breeze and Neville, and probably Itami deserves to be fast-tracked as well. Sami Zayn's got everything you need to be a major superstar in pro wrestling. He just needs the opportunity and he needs the platform. And I think showing up on Raw and SmackDown will be Sami's platform to become that major star that we all know he can be. But basically, that's all I have to say about this. My name is George Coles, and this has been another episode of Heel Heat.